Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, got a couple things for the 347. Went ahead and we got the cam degreed in today. We got this degree set, the comp cam degree set from Summit. I went ahead and spent a little bit of money on that. It was like $180, but it is a nice set and it makes it totally easy. This fixture is real nice. You can do it with the heads on or with the heads off. You're totally adjustable here with this stand. And here's where we ended up with this. I'll go over my little build sheet here, but we're pretty much ready to button this up. I've got new melling pickup in place, the melling pump. We got our windage tray on, and everything's ready to roll. She turns over real nice and easy, so pretty happy with that. The cam degreed in within 1 degree of the cam card. And here is the cam card here. Now this one is actually the Elgin 1837P. It's the exact same specs as the Trick Flow Stage 3. I printed up the cam card and everything. But here's where we ended up with this. LSA was 110, so intake center line was 106. This one ended up, looks like it installed at 105. Now I can degree it. There's 2 degrees of adjustment either way with this cam, so I'm going to leave it as is and think the 1 degree is going to be good there. So we did that. I'm probably going to run a 1.7 intake rocker. That'll give me 610 lift versus the 574, and then we'll stick with the 1.6 on the exhaust, which will put us at 595 on the exhaust. So, sorry this isn't focusing very well. But anyway, the only difference I could find, the TFS 3 on the cam events, looked like they were 1 degree different for 12 versus 13, 44 versus 43, and 58, 59, and 9, and 10. So I'm going to call that good. So we're going to do that, and I saw some recipes online, some 347 recipes where at Simpson Racing Solutions, they did a 347. They made 510 horsepower with this cam and some AFR heads, ported AFR heads, which will be running ported truck flows. But anyway, kind of got the idea from them to run that. And so we're actually going to end up with pretty close to a 349 since this is a 40 overbore, 3.4 stroke, where pistons are 6 thousandths out of the hole, and then my main and rod bearing clearance came in right just around 25 thousandths. The thrust on the crank 5 thousandths, so that's right in there. And then here's our 2 options to run head gaskets. I've got this set of 042 compressed. That'll put us at a 10.87 compression ratio. I think I'm going to do that. Our quench should be right around well, with the 6 thousandths out, and then the 42 compressed, that'll put us at right maybe like a 36 thou for our quench. And then here's the ring gap. These are Wiseco pistons, and here's the ring gap they call for nitrous. Our top ring, I filed them to 28 thousandths, and the second ring was 30 thousandths. So that's all set for nitrous. It's all specking out pretty good. So anyway, here's where we're at, and we just degreed the cam in this morning, so I can go ahead and we'll go ahead and put the oil pan on. We'll put the timing cover on now that this is all verified, and we can button up this short block and put the lifters in there. And this is actually, I made a solid lifter. I keep a couple of test lifters on here, so make yourself a couple solid lifters. I took it apart and stacked some washers in there to where it's basically a solid lifter now. And then I keep them in a little baggie here. I got it set so I can test the intake and exhaust. Also, now with this is going to be 28 ounce balance, so my 50 ounce balancer obviously is not going to work. So I went ahead and got this PRW, and this is their lightweight 8-pound balancer. So this looks like a pretty nice unit, and it definitely feels pretty light. My only concern here is looking at, this is a Power Bond SFI balancer also, the 50 ounce one, but I think I may have to get the spacer for the front of here. It is drilled for the 4 bolts, but it looks like it's not gonna, might not line up exactly the same. So we'll see. Well, I don't know. Actually, you know what? It may. Looking at where the snout is, it may be just fine. I'm not sure. But if we have to order the spacer for the pulley, we'll go ahead and do that. But anyway, got the lightweight balancer, and then we'll be running the Fidanza. Again, we got the aluminum flywheel. So we found top dead center on this with the piston strap, and then this comp cam is a nice little kit. It's not inexpensive, but you know, you buy it once, it'll last you a lifetime. But anyway, that made the degreeing in the cam way easier than the other setup I had with just the wheel and trying to use the bolt on the front. And this fixture actually keeps everything nice and solid. So there's just better quality stuff. But anyway, that's where we're at, getting this thing buttoned up. And from the last video, I know we were supposed to do test and tune on Saturday the 31st, but I failed to realize that I had overbooked myself, and wife and I had already had plans for that night, so we couldn't go. Next test and tune is on August 20th, but there's also some ET bracket races coming up. That's like, I think it's $35 to enter the Sportsman, so I could go get some runs in there, or at least a couple of runs. And I may go do that. That's Saturday and Sunday, the 7th and 8th. And my neighbor, he'll be running in that as well. So he's the one that's trying to egg me on to come on out there and bracket race. But, you know, I'd be the only guy out there with a 5-speed trying to bracket race. But anyway, it's I looked it up. Sportsman category is $35 to enter. So I figure I'd probably get at least 5 passes, maybe some testing, and then even if I'm a first round duck, I'll get a few passes in. So I'm considering that. But anyway, that's the update for tonight. Cam is degreed in, and just I gotta pick up a half of a set of 1.7. I'm gonna try 1.7s on the intake. That was Simpson's Racing Solutions, says they picked up 10 horsepower with this cam on their 347 build, their 347 budget build, with running the 1.7s on the intake and 1.6s on the exhaust. So figured I might as well try that, but we're getting close. And she spins over nice and easy. So real happy with this. I put the little torque gauge on it. It only takes about 12 pounds of torque to get this thing rolling over, so it spins pretty free. Pretty happy with it. Hopefully she makes good passes at the track. But anyway, that's the update for tonight. Thanks.